I need to call up my consultant. I need to talk to my friends, figure out why I'm not hitting it. And the reason every time is there's no magic wand. It's go back and do the basics. Hi, my name's Devin. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way. I only know the hard way. Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. I'm Devin Dickinson, and today I want to talk to you about why people do not execute well in business and why people have this struggle. On this podcast, we often talk about doing the hard thing, right? And we often talk about, business and entrepreneurialism is not as glamorous as, TikTok or social media might make it out to be. It's not flying private everywhere and doing like super cool things and wearing suits and, having meetings on, the 100th floor of the Empire State Building, right? It's just not always glamorous, and great entrepreneurs have to do great at executing. And, we were talking before this podcast about why doesn't that happen? Why do they not execute? Like if you know that, hey, I've got to do this, this, and this every single day if I want to succeed, why don't we do it? And my answer is because it's boring. Like the blocking and tackling, the execution is boring. Right. And people they didn't become an entrepreneur and quote unquote pursue their dreams to do boring stuff. Right. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to get good at the boring. Like you have to get good at the blocking and tackling. And I like to use sports analogy. And I played basketball. It's one of the other things I did when I was in high school. And so we'd go to the gym, right? And it'd be like, hey, let's go to the gym. And, we got a game coming up. We got to get better, right? So you go to the gym on a Saturday afternoon with no coach, and you think you're going to go there and you're going to practice. And what I would do is I actually had this routine where I'd go from one spot to another. And if I didn't make all of them, I'd go back and do it over. And my friends would go and they would shoot half-court shots, right? And I'm like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I thought we were trying to get better. They're like, yeah, well, we're practicing. We're getting our touchdown, right? And I'm like, you're shooting half-court shots. You're just having fun. You're not doing like the discipline that it takes to get better, right? And that's what it is. And if you want to be really great entrepreneur, if you want to be great at your trade, like you've got to get good at doing the boring stuff, right? We tend to gravitate to what we like. So if you're an entrepreneur, but you're kind of an engineer at heart and you kind of came up with, I think of a friend of mine that they came up with a really cool product, right? And he asked me to do some consulting with him. And so I would meet with them, maybe every quarter, and we'd talk about things. And I would say, hey, you need to be doing this, this, and this. And I would look at his financials and I would look at kind of their operations. And I'm like, it looks to me like all that you're doing is product development. All you're doing is trying to come up with the next product. Everything that all of your time, all of your resources, all of your money is on coming up with another cool product. You're not spending any time doing sales and marketing and selling what you got, right? Like you're not doing anything right now with the product that you have in your hand. All that you're doing is creating this new product that you think is going to be cool and revolutionary. And I'm sure it is going to be great. Right. But like, you're not doing the other stuff. And he's like, well, you came up with all these excuses. And I said, no, you're not doing sales and marketing because you don't like sales and marketing. You're an engineer. You want to invent something. You want to come up with a new product, and that's what interests you. And you're not doing the blocking and tackling. You're not doing the dirty work at your company. You need to be making cold calls. You need to be doing marketing. You need to be closing sales. You need to be getting customers. And you're spending 80% of your time and resources on coming up with a new product. Now, if you're thinking like, yeah, that's not the way to do it. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm a sales and marketing guy at heart, right? Like, so I would spend all my time doing sales and marketing, right? And I didn't spend any of my time doing product development. Or perhaps you are someone that's a sales and marketing person, but you like hate numbers, right? I know these people, right? Their solution is, oh, you know what? I don't really care about the finances. I don't need to care about the finances. Oh, if I get another sale to solve all these problems, right? Because they're not spending any time doing the blocking and tackling and making sure that the finances are taken care of every day and doing the discipline of running the day-to-day boring business stuff. Waking up at 5 a.m., not paying a janitor to save money, and you take out the garbage. Going there and actually doing each and every single one of the processes that you have to do every single day, not once a month, every single day. There are things that you need to be doing, right? So it's not about necessarily creating this incredible plan. You need to have a plan, but then you need to execute against that plan. And if your plan says, hey, this month we're going to get $100,000 in top line and we're going to have $50,000 in expenses, you have to have a plan, and every single day work that plan to hit the top line and control the expenses. And are you doing the work that it takes every day to hit that? And if you don't hit that, what adjustments are you making so that next month you do? And that's the discipline and focus that it takes. Now, I'm going to use the word focus because entrepreneurs are very squirrel, right? They're like squirrel. We're easily distracted. And so you get very disciplined for maybe a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time, but then you get bored, right? And then you lose focus, and next thing you know, you're not hitting your numbers, you're not, meeting your goals, and you're like, geez, I need to have a meeting with Devin again. I need to call up my consultant. I need to talk to my friends, figure out why I'm not hitting it. And the reason every time is there's no magic wand. It's go back and do the basics. Go back and do the gritty, hardcore things every single day, the boring things every single day that make money and control expenses and help you execute against your plan. And is it fun? No, it's not fun, right? Someday, maybe when you grow enough, you can hire people to do the jobs that you don't do well. But in the beginning, especially, you have got to be religious around blocking and tackling and executing every single day and doing the gritty work that it takes to succeed. I'm Devin, and this is a Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, and I know this is going to help you.